Well, I have no idea how well this is going to work, but anyways, I'm at lunch, so I figured I'd take a few minutes and try to get a little something done. So I figured I'd let y'all watch. Of course, I'd also let you guys know, seats are on with 2 bolts. But I do have a carburetor coming for the John Deere there. Let's see what happens here. I did spray these down the other day because with some oil, and I hope that everything's gonna go well. I still got to go back to work for a couple hours. I got to work till closer to 4, I would say. Sorry, I'm bumping around here, but can't really see because it's underneath, but the bolts are underneath the seat, and I don't know how to edit yet, so we're just going along with what we can. Some of these videos might not be perfect. They might be long, they might be short. I don't know, but what I will say is we're gonna do our best to bring you along for the ride on this job. So it is what it is, I guess. If you don't mind, folks, we'll go from there. But yeah, as I stated this morning, this is the one we're going to pull the top cover on the hydraulics for. I did watch a video that morning at work, which gave me some insight onto what I might encounter doing this job. And so we're going to go from there. But yeah, it's definitely not the greatest thing to work on here with the seat. This is an aftermarket seat for these. I don't remember the manufacturer, but it is something they did make. So there we go. Huh. Well, that's interesting. He did ask about adjustability on the seat, and I believe I can answer that question. So it is adjustable. So that is a good thing. I can answer him on that one and tell him that yes, that is adjustable. So as you can see, it's got slots. So what I'll do is when I put this plate back in, I'll leave it loose, and that way he can determine where he wants it. So that's pretty cool. Much back up here, it's kind of rough looking through the steering wheel. It's the best I can do. Let's turn the wheel a little bit, see if that maybe makes it a little better. That's a little better, but we're gonna try to get this pin out yet. I'm on lunch. These pins, I don't know. Get a hammer and try to knock that one out. Pair of pliers and a hammer here. And I do highly recommend when you're working on stuff like this that you have a brass hammer. Do not hit it with a steel hammer. You can peen the end over and make your life even more miserable than what it could be. So just a little word to the wise, get yourself a brass hammer. Cost on those, you can buy them from Harbor Freight if you really need to. It doesn't really matter, just make sure you spend the money. It's worth it. I promise you won't regret it. You might think it's a bad deal, but when you need them, you need them. And they are handy as all get out, especially in a case like this where we're pulling pins. We don't want to peen the ends of these pins over, because you peen them over, you're never going to get them out. It's going to be harder and harder to get them out. So that's why I say use a brass hammer. You'll never regret that decision to buy one. But like I say, you don't have to buy Snap-on, you don't have to buy Mac, you don't have to buy any of that kind of stuff. You can buy the cheapest thing. I just bought a Snap-on one because I have an account with Snap-on, and it's sometimes easier to do things that way than it is to buy them through the parts house or anything like that. So as you can see, we got both 3-point arms disconnected at this point. We have the draft control there, spring, I think they call it draft control. It's a spring to adjust your draft, as we kind of touched on earlier. There's still, and I know this probably isn't doing the best video, but there's still this bolt to go. So let's see if we can figure out how to prop our phone. There's no easy way, I'm sorry guys. But we'll get that out. I'm gonna put these tools away and get that out. I try to put my tools away. When I'm done with them, especially in this kind of a case, because I don't know how long before I'm coming back to it. But I did find out there's this acorn nut on the side. It says to unhook that, from what I read. So, I don't know what might be going on there. So, we'll just undo that and we'll just leave that cap a little loose. And then there's, I don't know how many bolts around here. There's a bunch. I'm gonna grab an impact. I'm gonna buzz them loose. Then this afternoon when I get here, all I gotta do is figure that out, that acorn nut deal, and rig this so I can pick it with a train, or the chain fall. I believe they're 11/16. Yep. And don't mix them up. They have a specific location. Just so you know, there is a specific location on these bolts. So don't mix them up. My video skills suck, but I apologize. I do have a camera. I think we have a tripod somewhere. I'm not real certain. I'm gonna definitely look. But I do have a camera. So we're gonna definitely be implementing that in due time. Just because I think it'll be much better for everything if we do that. It's going to take probably a big bar to do this, undo that. I got to figure out this nut on the side. The video I watched said to take it loose, but I don't understand, and I don't want to wreck anything because I don't want to have to get more parts than what's necessary. So before I go ripping this off of here, we're going to see what's up and go from there. But yeah, what I'm gonna do too, I'm gonna grab a piece of cardboard before I leave work today, and I'm gonna poke a bunch of holes in it and just put the bolts in that. That's a little trick an old man taught me. Oh man, my dad, but he's gone now. But you know, you can do that, and then you can put your bolts in. You can mark your front, your back, whatever side, whatever you want to do, and you can put your bolts back in. So this will probably be in 2 or 3 parts. I don't really know. I don't know how much we'll be able to film. I'll do as much as I can. But there we are. We're there. I did grab a bolt this morning, which I don't think is right for the Sherman, but we're going to look anyway and see if I need to go get a different bolt. If I need to go to the hardware store or dig in my bucket of bolts, which I have tons of bolts, I'll do that. Yeah, it's going to be bigger. That's what I thought. It's going to be a 3/8 bolt probably. So I've got a mess going on in here. That's such a tight space. It won't be. We're just reorganizing everything. I plan to be doing this kind of work and possibly videos pretty much full time. Just not right away. I can't really afford to do that at the moment. But as soon as we can, that is the plan. And we do hope that it will be profitable to do a lot of tractor and lawn and garden repair. We don't really know. The world's a funny place anymore, and we really can't predict what is or is not going to be profitable in life. But I can say they did find a bolt, so that's cool. I found a bolt. It is a 3/8 bolt. That's what I thought it was. I got to set you guys down for a moment here. So don't mind staring at the clutch pedal and the light back there. Because I got to dump these washers that are on it off. Sometimes, you know, you do a project and you leave the nuts and washers and everything together because you're going to be back to it again at some point and you know it. You're going to need it. So you just leave them together. But anyways, I'm going to thread it in as far as I can so it'll clear the steering arm. I don't know if I can actually tighten this nut up, but we're going to give it a whirl. Focus. Yeah. So we got a bolt in there. It is a 3/8 bolt. So at any rate, that'll give us some idea what's up. So I'll post this afternoon, maybe some point. I don't know. I'll try and label it what it is so that you can come back to it. All right, guys. Good luck and enjoy your tractors and enjoy your nice days. And don't forget, use your common sense.